Welcome to Ned Voyage. I travel to find places where history landscape daily life that changes how you think about travel. In this video I'll guide you through 6 small towns across Europe, quietly on the brink of discovery. Narrow streets, dramatic views, local traditions. Think medieval harbors, Ottoman bridges, amber workshops, cave-dwelling neighborhoods, Transylvanian piazzas, sleepy islets, all compact, walkable, and full of personality. Chapter 1. Kotor sits at the head of a fjord-like bay that funnels light and drama into a centuries-old stone town. Walking the medieval city walls gives you a cinematic sweep, red roofs, church towers, and the deep, folded water below. Inside the walls, lanes are narrow, often shaded, and built for foot traffic, a tucked-away cafe, a centuries-old palace facade, local painters displaying their work. To beat the cruise ship swell, arrive early in the morning when delivery trucks and locals are the main traffic. Late afternoon has a golden glow and fewer organized tours, but peak midday can feel like a river of guided groups. For a different angle, take the steep path up to the San Giovanni fortress. The climb is honest work, but the panorama makes the sweat worthwhile. Eat simply and well in Kotor, fresh seafood, grilled under the Montenegrin sun, and local breads with olive oil. Shop for handcrafted textiles and small icons in family-run stores rather than the market stalls catering to cruise day visitors. If you have time, rent a small boat for an afternoon cruise down the bay to see Kotor's cliffs and nearby villages from the water. Stay in a family-run guest house inside the old town. If you can, you'll wake to bells and bread baking. Chapter 2. Mostar's Starry. Most is more than an iconic silhouette. It's a living symbol stitched into the neighborhood that surrounds it. The Ottoman-era bridge arcs gracefully over the turquoise Neretva River and invites you to pause, watch the divers and listen for the layered stories of coexistence. Around the bridge, the streets are a lively weave of workshops, mosques, riverside cafes where the slow pulse of daily life carries on. Stroll into the old bazaar to find brassware, hand-blown glass leather goods, woven rugs, carried on generation to generation skills. The craftsmen are approachable and proud of their work. Ask for a demonstration, and you'll often get a personal lesson in technique and history. Shopping here feels intimate. These are not mass-produced souvenirs, but objects with lineage. For the best taste of Bosnian cuisine, sit where you can see the river order cevapi, small grilled meat sausages, or a hearty Bosnian stew with fresh bread. Bosnian coffee is a ritual. Allow it to arrive unhurried and enjoy the slow conversation that accompanies it. Family-run eateries serve the most authentic dishes. Chapter 3. Gdansk wears its Hanseatic past-timbered facades, carved gables, the long market's colorful rhythm. The central thoroughfare is theatrical and fun, but the real discoveries are in the quieter neighborhoods. Locals live, locals work, and bake bread. Walk away from the tourist axis. Narrow lanes, local cafes, small amber shops with family histories. Gdansk is often called the Amber Capital. Amber workshop, close-up small amber museum or display. Watch a lapidary shape a piece of amber and learn how craftsmen embed tiny marine artifacts into jewelry. It's an artisanal tradition that transforms elbow grease into heirlooms. Explore the portside areas, shipyards murals. Solidarity Museum and nearby memorials give a powerful context to the city's role in modern Europe. These sites are best visited with time to reflect. They're not just stops on a list, but chapters in a larger story about labor and change. For a gentler side of town, wander Olovianka, Vrzeszcz, college life. Chapter 4. Matera's Sasi, ancient cave dwellings carved into limestone feel like a living movie set. People still make homes in carved rock. Walking through narrow stone alleys, caves converted into boutique hotels, galleries, intimate cave restaurants. Sunlit cliffs, shadowed cave openings, terraces stacked like geological notes. The Sasi were inhabited for millennia, and the sense of history is tangible everywhere you step. Rediscovered by filmmakers, travelers, a new generation of residents reimagining while honoring the past. That blend of authenticity and creative restoration is why Matera is emerging in a big way. Plan your visit for shoulder seasons when the light on the stone is richest and visitor numbers are manageable. Early morning is magical when the town is quiet and the limestone takes on a warm glow. Evening brings a hush and the glow of windows in caves that now host small, atmospheric restaurants. Explore beyond the main Sasi circuits, climb the rock terraces and look for old churches tucked into the cliffside. Chapter 5. Brasov is a picture of Transylvanian charm, a town square ringed by Baroque buildings. a Gothic black church, and the forested hills that invite day hikes. The central Piazza Sfadalui is a hub for cafes where locals meet. It's a fine place to watch daily rhythms and plan mountain excursions. The black church's dark facade holds rich interiors and an organ that still fills the square with music. The mountains are never far. Hikes into the nearby Postavaru range offer alpine meadows, ridgewalks, and sweeping views over Brasov's red roofs. For a different kind of mountain day, take the cable car up Tampa Mountain and wander woodland paths with city views below. Hiking here is accessible and very rewarding for the perspective it gives of the region. Venture to lesser-known nearby villages to see fortified churches, Saxon houses, and rural ways of life that feel surprisingly preserved, and local craftsmen work with wood and wool. These side trips enrich your picture of the region beyond the town center. Brasov's food scene mixes hearty Romanian classics with modern interpretations. Try sarmal. Chapter 6. Perast is tiny and perfectly formed, a string of elegant stone houses on a pebbled waterfront where time moves at seaside speed. Arrive by boat Venetian-influenced palaces against towering mountains. The town's charm is gentle. Narrow quays, low-slung churches, old palaces by the water. Short boat ride to Our Lady of the Rocks, the artificial islet crowned by a small church and museum. Sailors adding stones over generations, the islet's legend. Inside the church, votive paintings, maritime offerings. Time your visit, early morning, late afternoon, avoid midday crowds. Stay overnight in a small guest house, enjoy the quiet after day boats leave. Dawn reflections on the bay, unforgettable. Local seafood, caught nearby. Outro. These 6 towns are snapshots of Europe in motion, places that still welcome curiosity and respect, but won't stay undiscovered forever. If you travel with an open heart and a small footprint, you'll find experiences here that feel genuinely yours. Conversations with artisans, quiet breakfasts in stone courtyards, walks that reveal a town's true rhythm. Book thoughtfully, favor family businesses, arrive with patience. These places reward the traveler who wants more than a checklist. I've found that the best trips are the ones where you slow down enough to notice, listen, participate. Climbing to Kotor's fortress, sipping coffee in Mostar, tracing amber in Gdansk, sleeping in a Matera cave, hiking above Brasov, drifting to Perast's islet. Travel changes you when you allow time. These towns are ready to give back what you bring. Respect. Avoid the busiest bridge hours by visiting early or late. Midday can be packed with day trippers on tight schedules. If you want a quieter, reflective moment, cross the river and climb to viewpoints above the old town. The bridge, framed by stone roofs and minarets, is a memory you'll carry for years. Respect the living culture. Photography is welcome in most public spaces, but ask inside shops or when people are praying. Learn a few words of greeting in Bosnian, a small bridge to conversation that locals often appreciate. Listen for the call to prayer and the church bells. Mostar's soundscape is layered and part of its identity. Mostar's recent history is visible and sometimes hard to see. Museums and guides can help you understand the town's resilience. If you approach with curiosity and humility, the town opens up as a place of craft good food and human stories centered on that beautiful old stone arch. Always carry small change for cafes and attractions. Many old town shops prefer cash and will reward you with a smile. Find the quieter lanes by turning away from the main squares and following the sound of conversation or laundry. Kids still play in the alleys here, and an afternoon will often yield an impromptu scene of daily life. Talk to shopkeepers about their stonework and icons. They often have stories tied to the nearby monasteries and wartime histories. For photographers, the key is light. Morning reflections on the bay or late afternoon shadow play inside the lanes. The fortress shot is classic, but don't forget the details. Rusted anchors, carved door frames, friendly stray cats claiming the sunlit steps. Kotor is a town that rewards the patient eye and the traveler willing to slow down. My goal is simple. Arrive prepared, travel lightly, leave with memories that feel like your own. Pack curiosity. Pack patience. These spots reward slow exploration, lingering over coffee following a side street listening to a local story. Go soon, but go well. The window to experience these places with space and intimacy is open now. Your mindful visit can help keep them alive and local for years to come. Safe travels, and may your next journey be a stranger to friend story you'll want to tell. A willingness to linger. Book thoughtfully, favor family businesses, and arrive with patience. Travel changes you when you allow time.